What's up, YouTube? I have been investing for about 2 years now, and one of my favorite investment accounts has to be the Roth IRA. I'm not sure if it's the first account I would recommend starting off with. To me, the first one would be the HSA. I did a video recently on why you should be using an HSA account, but I also recognize that not everyone has the ability to open up an HSA account. And so my second favorite account would be the Roth IRA. So in this video, I'm gonna go in depth on how to open up a Roth IRA account, what type of assets you would want to put in there, talk about contribution limits, and the whole 9 yards. Welcome back to Dane on Demand, your one-stop shop for everything credit card and personal finance. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab is my investment company that I choose to go ahead and do all my retirement and investing with. It's important to note that Charles Schwab isn't the only company that you can choose to do your investing with. You have Fidelity, you have Vanguard. Charles Schwab is just the one that I use. Main reason why I use Charles Schwab is because of my American Express Platinum card. I love having the capability to invest my points that I earn through my Amex cards in Charles Schwab. I'll do a video on the Amex Platinum card and how all that works in the future. But all that to say, that's the reason why I chose Charles Schwab. You don't have to choose Charles Schwab, but that's just the one that I use. So let's go ahead and jump in the video. It says open a Schwab account in just 10 minutes. So my goal is to keep this video less than 10 minutes. Let's see if I can go ahead and do it. So you get to this landing page by going to charlesschwab.com or schwab.com, whichever will get you here. In the top right hand corner, there's an open an account button, which will bring you right to where I am. You have some options from scrolling down. You can do brokerage and trading, invest in stock, ETFs, option bonds, yada yada. But we're not going to open up a brokerage account today. A brokerage account is essentially an investment account that allows you to purchase all the assets that's listed here. The only difference is it doesn't have any tax incentives. And so it's not necessarily a bad thing, but for this video, we're going to focus on strictly retirement, trading, and also we're going to focus on the tax advantages that come with a Roth IRA account. So for what we want to do, it will be here in the middle. You have Roth IRA, Traditional IRA, and then you have Rollover IRA account. We're going to be opening up a Roth IRA, but while we're here, let's go ahead and cover the differences between all these options. So let's say you have a 401k account that you want to roll over into a IRA. This option would be something that you would want to click on. If you want to go ahead and open up a traditional IRA account, this traditional IRA account is the option that you would want to click on. And then obviously the last third option would be just your Roth IRA account. The difference between a Roth IRA and a traditional IRA is how they treat taxes. Roth IRA is post-tax, so that means the tax has already been deducted from your paycheck, and whatever is left is the money that you can put into a Roth account. Your traditional IRA won't deduct taxes now, but you would pay taxes in the future, aka in retirement. So just be mindful of that. The traditional IRA is useful also whenever you're trying to do a backdoor IRA. So if you don't meet the income threshold to open up a Roth IRA account, then what you could do is you can open up a traditional IRA account, fund that account, and then convert it into a Roth IRA through what is known as the back door. But I just want to go ahead and mention that up front. That's not what this video is about. This video is about how to open up a Roth IRA account, but I think it's also important to know about the different other types of IRA accounts that are out there. So my favorite out of all three is obviously the Roth IRA account. So we'll go ahead and we'll click on the Roth IRA. We have some questions here. What can you do with the Roth IRA account? Make after-tax contributions. Like I mentioned, the money that goes into your Roth IRA is after tax has been taken out of your paycheck, aka post-tax. So you pay no taxes on qualified withdrawals. What's a qualified withdrawal? You have to be 59 and a half, call it 60 in retirement. You also have some options of you can use the money that's in your Roth IRA account to put towards a down payment on a house. You know, that's option is also available to you. But for the most part, you want to let the money stay in the account, continue to be compounded over time. Inside of the account, you can buy, you can sell stocks, mutual funds, ETFs, and other investments. So I think everyone is pretty much familiar with what a stock is. It's essentially a share of a company. So for example, let's say Tesla. Let's say you have interest in Tesla. One of the ways to show your interest aside from purchasing a Tesla is to purchase a share of a Tesla stock to show that you value their company. The more shares you have, the better, especially as the price of a share continues to go up, your value of all of your shares go up with it. And so there's that. A mutual fund, I'm going to break these terms down in the simplest forms, but obviously understand that this is just an oversimplification of it. But a mutual fund is essentially a collection of stocks, bonds, options, and other types of assets. The difference between a mutual fund and an ETF is that a mutual fund is traded at the end of the day, whereas an ETF is traded throughout the day. So as the price of different shares go up and down, the ETFs is purchasing at different times throughout the day. However, with the mutual fund, whatever that closing price is, I believe it's 4 p.m., whatever the price is at the close of the trade day, that's the price that will be purchased for the ETF. So let's say today is Friday, and I want to purchase 10 mutual funds. At the end of the day, whatever that closing price is, I will purchase 10 shares of that mutual fund at that closing price. So mutual funds trade at the end of the day. ETFs trade throughout the day. So if it's 12 o'clock and you purchase some ETFs, whatever the price of that ETF was at 12 o'clock, that's what you're purchasing it at. If it's 12 o'clock and you're purchasing a mutual fund, whatever the price is at the end of the day, that's what you purchased the mutual fund at. So that's the main difference between the two. Another key difference is with a mutual fund, you can automate your investing. However, with an ETF, you have to do it manually. So bear that in mind, especially as we try to automate a lot of this investment stuff. Mutual funds make a lot of sense for that purpose. ETFs make sense if you're an active trader, but here on this channel, we promote passive, slow growth, slow investment, and so mutual funds are just what I personally prefer. And obviously, you have other types of investments that you can put inside of a Roth IRA account, whether they be money markets. Be aware that the money that you put into a Roth IRA account can also go towards purchasing assets, right? A lot of times people make the mistake of putting the money into the Roth IRA account and then just letting it sit there. The money only works if you give it instructions. So don't forget to give your money instructions. Obviously, what are the costs of opening a Roth IRA? So there's no monthly service fees. There's no $0 account minimum. So great for me, great for you. What do you need to open up a Roth IRA? You need your social security number or a tax identification number, your employer's name and mailing address, if applicable. I believe this is probably more on the traditional side, or if you're doing a rollover, but don't quote me. And then obviously birthdays of the people who you intend to inherit your IRA assets. So if you plan on, listing a beneficiary or someone to take over the IRA account, if you pass or whatever the case is, you would want to have that as well. So then we'll go ahead and get started. You'll enter your name, your middle name, last name. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Whether or not you live inside of the United States, Puerto Rico, or the U.S. Virgin Islands, your birthday, social security number, email, and a phone number. I'm actually not going to go further just because it's there's a lot of security behind opening up a Roth IRA account. And what I mean by that is they verify, make sure that your social is correct, things of that nature. I already have a Roth IRA account, so I don't want to open another one. However, I think it's important to go over the different screens here. So you would have your personal information, which is all of this stuff. You'll go through your regulatory stuff, the different features that you want to add to your Roth IRA account. So you can purchase like options, you can do option trading and things like that. So if any of that interests you, you can also do that within your Roth IRA account. You'll review your application, go through the agreements, and then hit submit. So it's just that easy to go ahead and open a Roth IRA account. So what do you do once your account is open? So once your account is open, you can go ahead and you can start trading. Some of the trading that you can do is you can purchase mutual funds, ETFs, like I mentioned before. Something that I want to mention here though, I'm actually going to go ahead and log in. So I got a security code, so I'll type in my security code. All right, so what I want to cover is when you're inside of the account, you have the ability to do some investing, right? So one of the things I wanted to highlight is underneath mutual funds, you have the ability to automatically invest each month. Notice that this option isn't available for stocks or ETFs, but you have this option for mutual funds. So once you're there, my IRA account here, account number is grayed out for obvious reasons. And so here's a look at my account. So you see that I have some mutual funds, like I mentioned, and I have some other stuff. So I have some bonds, I have international, the S&P 500, total market. I need to do some account cleanup here, but that's not the point of this video. So just so you guys can see what I've been doing, each month I put $500 into my Roth IRA account. This number actually needs to be increased because as of 2024, the new contribution limit into a Roth IRA account is $7,000. So I need to make some adjustments here so that way I can max out this account by the end of the year. You can choose to invest throughout the year or you can do it at the end of the year, your choice. But this is a nice way to split that in contribution over the course of the years to make it easier for you to invest. Once you have your Roth IRA set up, you can do automatic investing through your Roth IRA account. You can select which type of mutual fund you would like to purchase. Mainly, I do S&P 500 for the most part. That's what takes a large chunk of my money. And then sometimes I'll dabble with other index funds. In this case, it's the SWTSX, which is the Schwab Total Stock Market. This is only to cover me in case something isn't in the S&P 500. I'm able to be covered. And so just in case folks aren't aware, the S&P 500 stands for the Standard & Poor 500, which is essentially your top 500 producing companies in the domestic America. So then the total stock market is essentially all the companies that are publicly traded in America, regardless if they're the top 500 or not. And so it's your personal choice whether you want to just do the whole entire market, choose a large subset of that market. You have large cap, medium cap, small cap, all the caps, and I'm not capping. And so it's your choice. So I choose to do a large bulk in the S&P 500. So each month I delegate $400 to go towards the S&P 500, and then $100 to cover my grounds in the total stock market. There's all kinds of investment theories, such as if you're younger, you want to be more aggressive. As you get older, you want to be less aggressive as you look towards retirement. But I just want to go ahead and show that, be very transparent with the type of things that I'm purchasing. As you can also see, I give instructions. So every month on the 20th, I set up instructions to where the money will come out of my Roth IRA account and then be traded towards these different assets. The next one obviously is coming up. And so that's automatic investing. You're not tied to these amounts. So if you'd like to edit a current contribution, you can. If you would like to stop automatic investing, you can. But that's how automatic investment works. And so just to recap, open up a Roth IRA account. It's simple, quick, easy to do. If you'd like to see me do other brokerage accounts, let me know, and I might do another video to cover that. Once you have your Roth IRA account, you want to fund your Roth IRA account with post-tax dollars, aka money that's in your check-ins or savings account. Once you fund your Roth IRA account, you want to purchase assets, stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds. I personally do a lot of mutual funds, but this is not financial advice. So do your own research, look at companies that you're interested in, look at mutual funds, stocks, bonds, and come up with your own investment characteristics, your investment persona that best align with who you are as a person and what your goals are for your future. And so that's it. And so once you open up your account, you fund it, you know what you want to purchase. The fourth step, I think, is just to automate it, which is done underneath the trade tab. This way, out of sight, out of mind. As long as the total amount of money that you've selected to invest is within that account, it will go ahead and execute those instructions. The only other thing to mention is I have another set of instructions on my banking side that funds money to my Schwab account. So long story short, each month I take $500 out of my bank checking account, send that over to Schwab, and then Schwab takes that money, puts it in my Roth IRA account, and then on the 20th of every month, that money is then taken out of my Roth IRA, goes towards the different assets that I have instructed it to, and then each month it will do that until I either edit or unenroll. Another cool reason why I like Schwab is you have that support, but also you have a research. So let's say you want to do some research on something, you would find the ticker symbol. So let's say I want to look up the S&P 500. S&P 500 is SWPPX, I believe. Yep. So then you can see how it's performing. So currently right now, it's $73 for one share of the S&P 500 index. So $73. The cool thing is my reasons to invest towards the S&P 500 is, you tell me, all I have to do is put $73 and you will disperse that across the top 500 companies. To me, that's a no-brainer. So you can see how this fund is rated. You can also see how it's broken down. So 28, almost 30% is IT, 13% financials, healthcare, and so on and so forth. You can see how it's done over the past 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, and year to date. So that's always nice. You can see when the fund was created. So the S&P 500 has Been around since May 19th, 1997. You can see how much total assets holding and things of that nature. And then you can also see what the top holdings are. So obviously Apple is up there, especially after they just released their Apple Vision Pro headsets, which I am thinking of getting so I can review on this channel. You also have Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, Google, Meta, Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, Tesla, Berkshire Hathaway, and JP Morgan, Chase Bank. So those are just the top 10, which makes up 30%, right? So the top 10 is making up 30% of this portfolio. You can also see some distributions and yields. So yeah, so this is why I like Schwab. It has this research tab that I find super helpful to take a look at a fund or ETF before investing. I hope you got a lot of value out of this video on how to open up a Roth IRA account, how to fund it, how to automate it, and how to get on with your life. All right, so if you got value, you know what to do. Hit that like button, drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know, do you have a Roth IRA account? What type of funds are you purchasing? And don't forget to share this video with someone who can also get a lot of value out of it. And until next time, peace.